Question. Do you want to stop your wallet from leaking right here, bright and early on a Monday morning? Back in 30. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money, and that is my channel's mission. Every single day, practically, I upload. Once in a while, I'll take a break, but almost every single day, I upload helpful tips to help anyone save money. Anyone can do this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a veteran here, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you just stop by one time, I humbly thank you for that and hope you come back one day soon. Let me grab a sip. What is it about those early morning sips of coffee? Let's get started right away. You know, I think part of the reason that we leak money from our wallets is we don't even realize we're doing it sometimes. We just don't. By like silly habits that we've obtained over time. All of us, every one of us. Okay, now the savings can happen for anyone, but the people that really need to mind it the most are the ones that need to save the most. Okay. My allergies are acting up. Forgive me. And in real time, it is actually 6:43 a.m. I'm unclear about the weather. It looks rather cloudy out here in New York City. How's the weather by you? Okay. One of the things that a lot of people do is they shop as a hobby. Try to reduce that. Try to stop that. I had a friend that did that and wasted a ton of money, but she's no longer with us. But one of the things we could do is stop shopping just to shop. You really don't have to shop. You really don't need to shop, but you're using shopping as a social event. Create a different social event. I'm not saying don't have a social event. Big difference. I'm not saying that. Keep that in mind. Create that event, but shopping and paying for money for things you do not actually need. But if you do give into this, oh, I'm so sorry. If you do, it happens to me every year. If you do give into this at the right before you head over to the, checkout, ask yourself, look at this thing. Am I really getting this just because I'm bored? Am I really getting this because I need it? Am I really getting this, well, because I feel like embarrassed because it's almost too late to change my mind? No, it's never embarrassing to change your mind, even if you're at the checkout. I have done that. There were times I went to the store and says, oh, yeah, I need, in my mind, confusing. This is years ago. Need this, need that. Get close to the cashier. And all of a sudden, I look at it and ask myself, do I really want to fork out that money? Really? Did you ever have buyer's remorse? You go home and then you put that thing down. You don't even want to look at it. You're almost angry at it. Think about that for a second. You're practically angry at the item. The item didn't do it to you. You made that choice. We make those choices. We live in a world of choices, and we make the choice. So therefore, if you stop shopping just because you're bored and there's nothing else to do in your mind's eye, but this is a great big wide world, and I'm sure that there are tons of other things we could do besides shopping. How about volunteering? How about volunteering your time elsewhere? Just a thought. Just a thought. An example, okay? Now, when it comes to savings, okay, you can't just say, yeah, I want to save $1,000 in my tiny emergency fund. Well, you could say it, but it takes action. It takes action. Anybody could say anything, but there's action that has to come behind that thing. But also, I believe it's very helpful to be item specific about your plan. Get a piece of paper, write it down. Get your whatever you type on, write it down there. Whatever way, I don't care. Put it down and make it real. Okay, make it real. Okay, I want to save $1,000. By when? Name it and claim it. Set a date. For example, just by saying I want to save $1,000, to me, that's an open ended sentence. That's an open ended sentence with like a hyphen and more to come, but no specifics following it. Say this instead: I would like to save $1,000 by 6 months from now. That's just an example. Whatever your example is your example, and that's totally fine. But put an ending point. Name the goal. Name the goal date. If you're not naming the goal date, there is no goal. There's no goal. I want to save $1,000. Okay. Just saying. Okay, so be specific about savings goals. Don't just say, I want to save $1,000. Write it down and write down the ways that you, me, any of us can realistically obtain the goal. Think of ways in your personal situation that you can realistically, okay? I can have all the pipe dreams I want. But at the end of the day, what? They're only dreams, right? So a goal without a plan is only a dream or a wish. Keep the plan, and 9 out of 10, it'll be a success. You've probably heard this, and you heard this before. I'm going to say it again, and it is true. Get rid of subscriptions that you don't like. How many times have we all fall prey into the sales pitch. We all think maybe we needed that thing at the time or whatever. And meantime, the thing comes in every month, but you're not using it. And it's piling up. Yuck. Piling up, not getting used equals waste. If you're not going to use it, sell it. Sell what you have and end the subscription so you don't take a continuous loss. A lot of times we get busy and we get caught up and we actually forget about that subscription that is automatically coming off your card. So these are realistic ways to save, and they're painless too. So just ask yourself, do you really, really like that thing you ordered? Don't be angry at yourself if you ordered it then. Maybe then it was the season for it, but maybe a year and a half later, it is not. It is no longer serving you the purpose of the original intent. So examine that. This happened to us. My husband and I ordered, it was a wonderful brand, a wonderful company. And when we started the subscription for this specific coffee, it was awesome. They even gave you a free coffee pot. This is like 20 years back, okay? Gave you a free coffee pot. Oh, enticing, whatever. And I was kind of getting sick of hazelnut coffee every single time the subscription came in. I was like, oh, I don't want this anymore. I got sick of it by 6 months later. This is us. So we couldn't use the coffee up fast enough. Meantime, it was piling up like forever. Okay. So that's when I took action. I said, you know what? I'm just going to put a stop to this. And I did. It was great for while we needed it. Got the nice little coffee pot too. But sometimes the season is over. Can you recognize if your subscription season is over? Did you forget you even have some subscriptions? Entirely possible. We get busy. We do. But the reminder comes when it gets delivered to you every month. So next time you get a delivery you don't want, and you're just piling it up, immediately make that call and end it. End that unnecessary subscription. You might be saving you will be saving a ton of money if you do that. Not might. Next, speak positively about your finances. We have to get rid of this phrase, I can't afford. Sometimes when you say that, it sounds like it's a put down to yourself. Instead saying, I can't go living beyond my means right now, or I can't afford this item right now, but I am making plans that my life will change for the better, And eventually I can afford even the want. There'll be a time when you can not only just afford what you need, but actually go the magic mile to your wants, which is totally okay if you're living within your means. I never said don't give in to wants. Don't give in to wants when you have savings goals and it's going beyond your means. That's the difference. When you are there and beyond, hey, enjoy your life extra. Just say it. But get to that level. And everyone could do it. And don't think you can't. And get over the lack of self confidence thing. You can do it. If you are facing financial challenges right this minute, that is not your forever place. I say this phrase often. It is not your forever place, okay? That place you might be in right now. And that's why you're taking all these steps that helpful folks all over YouTube and any other place where you could get the tips. And hopefully, even some of my tips will help you out. If you really, really listen, even if you replay the videos, anybody's videos, even mine if you want, really, really listen. Sometimes we hear things, but we're not listening. There's a huge difference. Hearing and listening are two different things. Identify your actual income. Yes. Many of us live very, very vague lives. We think, oh, okay, oh, I know my income, whatever. Not really. Some of us, not really. Some of us live on fixed incomes, and those people that copy down every cent, you actually know it. The whole world does not live in a fixed income. So for anybody whose paycheck is going to vary, if you're in business for yourself, it's never the same amount every month. I don't think it is. Usually it's not. Know your numbers. Get familiar with your numbers. Do not be afraid of your numbers. They're just numbers. Yes, they're important numbers, but they're numbers. They're not going to jump off the page or out of your computer screen and bite you on the face. Just get familiar with your numbers. You control the numbers, okay? You do. I do. We do. Don't let it control us. Never get to that point. That's very important. So if you identify your actual income and become familiar with it, that's why I suggest every single month, usually at the beginning, like around now, the beginning of the month, analyze your monthly budget. This is the month of May when I'm filming this, May of 2020. May is a long month. Some people happily, if they get paid weekly, get 5 checks, if I'm not mistaken. I believe there are 5 calendar weeks. Certain months of the year have 5 calendar weeks, and that's a bonus. What are you going to do with that if that's the case this month? Just saying, just saying. So there you go. No, actually, I have a couple more. Take an imaginary scissor and cut costs wherever and whenever possible. Check out your cell phone plan, for example. You know, is there any way that you could reduce it? Plans change, this, that, whatever. See what you could do best. Look online and see if you could get a reduction. These are the little ways that imaginary scissor snips the cost. And you didn't have to go to work for it either. What, a phone call? What, a little look online? That's not a biggie. That is no big deal, in my honest opinion. Is it worth it? Yeah, I think so. And, oh, this is important. Avoid any sort of late fees of any kind. Pay your bills on time. Pay your bills on time. And if you can't pay your bills, that means you need more income, right? You need an income source. So fix that problem, okay? But avoid late fees by paying your bills on time. And some of the late fees are pretty hefty. Do you really like somebody just taking that money out? And it's like literally taking that money and throwing it into the wastebasket. Ew, that hurts. That bites. I don't like that. We work hard for our money. No, don't do that. Avoid late fees as much as possible. Get familiar with your bills. And you know what a lot of people don't do? And this is the final tip for right this minute now. Check your mail often. Some people may get the mail out of the box, throw it in a basket, and 2 weeks later see things that make their hair stand up and go, what? Yeah. Your bills may change over time, specifically your bills. Check them immediately. Check if there are any increases in your bill. Don't get sticker shock 2 weeks later, and definitely do anything to avoid late fees. Well, I hope that these tips help. I know they will if you use them. Any one of us, including me. I'm not just the preacher here preaching. all of us could always use extra help in perfecting our financials. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do appreciate you. I'm going to come back soon. When? Real soon. Have an amazing day, everyone. And thanks for tuning in. I do have one favor to ask of you, though. Can you please share the video? I really do appreciate that. And don't forget to smash the like button. Hey, consider subscribing, too. Have an amazing day.